Hey guys, it's T here, and boy, do we got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Black Lives Matter. We're going to talk about Tim Scott. Guess what? They say recycling may have ruined the environment. There's a new prediction for Trump's VP pick. Kellyanne Conway, you know who she is?
I do.
Wait till I tell you what her daughter's been up to. Then we got a couple of other things to talk about, but right now what's most important is Fortenberry. How are you this evening?
I am doing well. Look, we need y'all to go out. We need you to follow us, like us, subscribe, comment. Give us your comments, subscriptions. We need that the most.
We do. Coming off one of our biggest videos so far, Marty Marr, how are you this fine evening?
I'm well also. I'm just ready to get this work week over with so I can head to Spring River.
Woo-wee.
And the empty chair in the room, we got DW via call-in. We were having trouble getting him on video, but we'll take him via call-in. How are you, DW?
I'm good, man. It's like I'm here via spirit. I'm in spirit with you guys.
Yeah, you kind of sound like you're in spirit, too. You sound like a spiritual type of guy over there and all. But we're going to leave the Jamie actually had an idea to put something in that empty chair, and so we may do that at some point. But make sure I can get back to where we need to be. Oh, wrong one. There's the empty chair. Man, I'll find it in a minute, maybe.
There's Marty.
There's Marty again. Hey, Marty. Let's try this one, guys. All right, so Black Lives Matter is headed for insolvency after they plunged $8.5, you heard that right, $8.5 million into the red.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or is it from buying mansions and stuff?
Well, she paid her brother, the lady there, buying lots of mansions, but she paid her brother $1.6 million in 2022 for providing security services. Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, I'd love to do security for them folks. And her sister, a sister of a board member, earned $1.1 million for consulting. Now, I'm not sure what it takes to get these gigs, but right now, I'm going to tell you right now, life for the patio. If you need somebody,
I'm going to give you one
to
hint.
Consult.
I'm going to tell you one hint what it takes.
We could all go do that.
No, we couldn't.
For 1 year.
We missed the quota.
Fundraising for Black Lives Matter is down nearly 88% year on year.
And it should be. It's a scam.
Well,
that's because everyone realized that they were basically just taking advantage, right? Even of their own people, just straight up taking advantage.
Well, you know, when the culture wars of 2020 took place, everyone was, that was the George Floyd era. That was the Trump. Everybody hated Trump, thought he was racist. So there were a lot of people that just hooked onto something like that and said, okay, I'm going to support that because I do believe Black Lives Matter. I don't know that anybody doesn't believe Black Lives Matter. I'm sure there's a few people out there, but I don't know any of them. And but the problem was that the person who started this she must be a genius, a marketing genius, okay? Because she seized the opportunity to weigh in on wealthy people who just hand over fist pass money off to this lady and not knowing who she was. No one knows who this lady is.
And the irony is they're anti-capitalism. I mean, that's not the most capitalistic thing I've ever heard. I mean, that's kind of what America's built on, and yet they don't believe in it. Was awkward silence.
They sure believe in spending that capital though.
They do believe it. I mean, that's I have a problem with somebody an organization who is pro socialism, but is built on strictly capitalism.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic, isn't it?
Don't you think?
I don't see any conflict there. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like George Soros or something.
But I mean, they've been doing the death rattles for a while anyway, and it's happening now.
It just finally caught up.
Yeah.
So Tim Scott, we talked about him the other night.
Speaking of Black Lives.
Speaking of Black Lives, yeah, actually, that's what was going to be my intro.
Oh, my bad.
But I forgot it. Thank you. One of a kind Senator Tim Scott is running for president. Do you know he's 57 years old, does not have a wife or children? That's very strange for someone in the public office.
He's ex-military, isn't he? I want to say he's ex-military, and I might be wrong on that, but I mean, you know, and if he is ex-military, that makes sense that, you know, you've been in the military your whole life. And
if he did win the White House, he would be the first president since 1884 Grover Cleveland was inaugurated without a wife. But you think about it. So, dude.
Maybe he likes dudes.
Well.
Maybe, but, you know, I like Tim Scott.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not sure I'd care if he did come out as gay. I mean, the dude's got some very good, I know I wouldn't care.
He's level-headed,
He's level-headed. He has a good view of the world. And that leads me into my next thing. There's a lot of people who think Tim Scott is running for president really to be maybe tagged as Donald Trump's VP nomination. And I'll tell you what, that'd be a pretty solid ticket.
Yeah, that might be.
That would be I think it would be. I think it'd be a really solid ticket.
Yes.
Tim Scott and Donald Trump.
You actually think Trump has any chance of?
He's going to win the nomination, and I'm not a fan of that, but he's going to win the nomination. I'll be shocked if he doesn't.
DeSantis he announced today. Ron DeSantis announced it'll be yesterday when you guys see this, but Ron DeSanctimonious, or however you want to call him, Ron DeSantis has announced his running for president, and his coffers have something like $200 million already, I believe.
Yeah, but does it almost feel like he stretched this out so long that the energy's gone? I mean, man, he was America's governor for the entire COVID.
Well, you got the NC. We talked about this the other day. The NAACP now says that Florida is or warned African Americans about going to Florida as it was considered a terrorist state. We got this. Now, I'm going to tell you what's bad for him. What looks bad is his battle with Disney. I think that's a little too much. Just personally.
So I'm on the fence with that. I agree. It felt like it was a retaliation. But he's also correct on his stance. So I'm torn. I mean, Disney's operated as their own entity for 60 years. I mean, they're losing tax money. They have their own police department, fire department. I mean, it's all it's real sketchy.
It's a city. It's a city.
It's a city.
Yeah, I mean, it has underground, I think even rail systems under the thing to get you from point A to point B if you work in the park.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel like it was a retaliation, but also his point is not wrong.
No, but do you really, if you're going to run for president, want to pick a fight with Mickey Mouse? Now, look, don't get me started on the wokeness of Disney and what they've done with these latest movies that all just bombed like hell. But do you really want to run for president and all of a sudden you're in a pissing match with Mickey and Minnie Mouse? Because I think Goofy will probably outpiss all of you. Just saying. Joey Behar, you guys know who she is?
Yeah, unfortunately.
So if you were to describe Joey Behar, what would be the first words to come to mind?
I don't know if I can't say it.
You can't say it?
Well, no, I shouldn't say it.
Okay, well, she's a white woman.
She's a white woman.
Okay.
Who likes to wear blackface.
Well, but Joey, I don't know anything about that. Was that when she was younger? So she got away with it because she's progressive and others can't.
Yeah, if you're a Democrat, you can do it.
Okay, well, she shouldn't get away with this. She suggests that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott don't understand racism. Don't you love this? Has happened to Candace Owens. We saw a video of her before a court, and Candace Owens was told basically about she didn't understand how black people were treated by a bunch of white folks.
What the crap?
How I don't even understand the logic that can be applied by someone to even make those statements.
That shows the. I don't want to go down this road, but that shows the racist mentality of the liberal agenda.
Yeah, if you basically,
I'm not even saying Democrat. I'm saying liberal,
progressive. I'd call it extreme progressive agenda. It
is a soft racism that they show. You know, a fine example would be the whole thing saying blacks don't know how to operate the internet to get ID cards. That's extremely racist.
Oh, yes, and insulting at the same time.
Yes,
it's insulting. It's insulting. Did you see where Arizona says in 2024 they will not do electronic ballots?
Really? Well,
yes, and Dominion is apparently going bankrupt after they won all that money from Fox. Look, if I'm the owner of Dominion, I'm like, I don't need this shit. I'm going to take my money and I'm going to the house. I'm not going to deal with that mess. 2016,
one side just screamed at the top of the lungs that the electronic voting was inaccurate, didn't work. We don't need to use it. Then in 2020, the other side screamed it didn't work. And so obviously we either have an issue with it not working or we have an issue with people manipulating the media for their agenda.
Yep.
And look, the media, the media is transforming right now. You got Tucker Carlson that has left Fox. There's some interesting things going on there.
CNN is shifting.
CNN is trying to pivot, but the thing that's changing is that those mainstream media outlets, Fox, Newsmax, that's not where people are getting their information. They're trusting folks like Life in the Patio. They're coming to YouTube. They're coming to podcasts because right now we're a little beholden to YouTube because that's our platform. But Rumble, Twitter, speaking of which, Daily Wire is leaving YouTube. They are going to stream exclusively all of their content on Twitter and on their private Daily Wire Plus subscriptions.
So listen, if y'all like YouTube, y'all come to YouTube and y'all exclusively watch us.
Yeah, look, we're gonna look if you like us enough, we'll just watch Daily Wire and recreate their content on YouTube for you.
We will record Daily Wire and show it on our videos.
Well, we'll use the script and we'll fill in those roles. Jamie, you have to be Candace Owens.
Why do the work?
You could be Candace Owens. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could pull off Candace Owens. Marty would be no, Gary has to be Michael Knowles. That's his boy.
Yeah, Gary gotta be Michael Knowles.
Yeah.
I'll be somebody that don't talk.
I think all of those guys talk.
Well, I was gonna say you can't be Chappelle or not Chappelle.
Shapiro. Yeah. Donnie can be
Chappelle work too.
DW can be Shapiro. Chappelle. Dave Chappelle. Boy, I love that guy.
Ben Chappelle, a little black
raise
Jewish
your hand
guy.
if you've ever seen him live in concert.
Chappelle, he talks a lot.
Yeah, Marty and I got to see him in Vegas a few years ago. It's pretty awesome.
He's the smartest comic in the business.
And don't give a damn. He don't give a damn. Governor Gretchen Whitmer of the great state of Michigan. Is that Michigan?
Yeah, it is Michigan.
Signs a red flag gun confiscation law. Any person who does not comply could be fined up to $20,000 and serve 5 years in prison. So,
you know what? I love the people $20,000. I ain't worried about that either.
Red flag law. But what does that even mean?
That means if your ex-wife is pissed off at you, she can flag you as a red flag.
So they flag you, then they're going to come to your house, take your guns, and if you don't give up your guns, you're going to jail. Yep. A law-abiding citizen that someone doesn't have to prove guilty. See, this is where we're at now. If you are against the narrative, you don't have to be proven guilty in a court of law. You have to be proven guilty by the person that's accusing you.
Just throws the Second Amendment away.
Yes, and I mean,
look, I don't want to. And this is going to muddy the water a little bit, okay? Mm-hmm. I don't want to suggest that like Bill Cosby is a saint or anything, right? Because he did a lot of bad shit. But go try to find the Cosby Show on TV. That is one of the most, for a TV program, it's one of the most wholesome shows ever. And it got canceled because of what this dude did outside of. America needs more of the Cosby Show. Maybe not more Bill Cosby, but they need more of the Cosby Show.
We definitely don't need more Bill Cosby's, but I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna say this, and I've thought this for a while. The 90s were a really odd era in TV. You had white dads were the butt of the jokes. They were, I don't want to say trash.
What show are you referring to?
The Bundys, the Simpsons. I mean, just to name a few. Then you reverse over. The black dads were the most wholesome, family oriented.
You know what? That's an interesting observation.
Look, you got Carl Banks. Not Carl Banks. What's the off of?
It was Carl Banks, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's Carl Banks.
No, that's off Fresh Prince. You're talking about Urkel's, who you were talking about.
That's Carl Winslow.
Winslow.
Yeah, Carl Winslow. You had
that show.
Judge Banks.
Yep.
You had Bill Cosby or Bill or Mr.
Huxtable.
Huxtable. I mean, those were three of the dads we grew up on. They were all great role models.
You know, you got a valid point there. There was very positive role models that go from like late 80s into the really the late 90s that were African American men that showed.
But I'll tell you what. Have you sit down and watched the old rerun of Roseanne in the last 5 years?
Maybe once.
I will tell you what.
She turned you on now.
What was the dad's name in that? I can't remember. Dan. Looking back as a blue collar American, Dan was a really good role model.
Dan was your typical blue collar American. He just was a working dad, loved his family, and did what he could to support his family.
Yeah, exactly. But
and had a crazy ass loudmouth wife. Boy, Jamie, he and him have a lot in common.
Has some crazy daughters.
Yeah, but I mean, I've always it's what has always struck me as odd is the 90s were wild. I mean, they went to a shift, which I love the tea. I love Al Bundy for all his flaws. But
that was satire.
It was satire.
And we knew it was satire.
But I loved Man, I cannot remember the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Banks, Philip. I love Philip Banks because he was one of the most wholesome dads on TV.
I remember back in the day, the big thing was like TGIF, and like
Thank God it's Friday.
Went home and actually
Step by
step. Now that was a wholesome one.
It was, and that had dude from Suzanne Summers and J.R. Ewing's brother from Dallas.
Exactly. But I'll tell you this: that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Will's dad did not want him, and his dad walked out. Dude, I still get teary eyed watching reruns of that. And
well, did you ever hear the backstory of that one?
No, I did not.
It actually went off script. He wasn't supposed to say like, "Why doesn't he want me?" or whatever he says, but it went off script, and it actually was a real thing,
a real moment. That's cool.
So he was talking about his real dad, and the dude knew him well enough to know, and it was actually a legit moment.
Oh, that's cool. That makes it even better moment.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Philip Banks, one of the greatest TV dads ever. But have y'all heard the theory about the fan theory about Carl Winslow?
Apparently, no, hold on. Let's
do that because this is wild.
Okay.
All right. So the fan theory is Carl Winslow and the entire Winslow
transsexual.
No, the entire Winslow family is all a figment of his imagination.
That's not even that wild anymore.
Well, listen. So, if you go back and watch Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters, Carl Winslow was a police officer that locked them up in jail, and then released them. So he saw all the stuff that happened with the ghost in New York. So he started having a mental breakdown. He moves to California, where he goes to work at as a police officer there, and he's involved in a skyscraper that's taken over by Die Hard. He's the cop in Die Hard, so he sees. Yeah.
So that was in L.A.
There's the S. I said he moved to L.A. from New York.
This is getting deep.
So he goes through all this, and then he starts having a PTSD and a mental breakdown, and he imagines a perfect family because he has so much trauma.
So he's tripping on acid or on mushrooms?
His mind's broke from all the ghosts in New York, being involved in a hostage situation in L.A.
So what you're saying, he's weak because he couldn't handle all that. He wouldn't.
So, I don't know. It's just a fan theory. I was like,
all right, since we're talking about conspiracy theories, I got a couple I'm about to lay out here.
Well, that was definitely a weird one.
It was, but I was like, first of all, I didn't realize all those movies.
Is he in the Matrix?
He may be.
He may be.
He's Agent Winslow.
London Mayor Khan, check this out, Jamie. You probably heard about this. London Mayor Khan left barely conscious due to heart attack suffered days after receiving his COVID booster. Are people still getting COVID boosters?
I saw somebody wearing a mask the other day.
I've seen several people wearing a mask.
Yeah. I'm like,
people.
London Mayor
right now still wearing masks.
Really?
I didn't see any on my trip.
I didn't either, but I flew Spirit. Ain't nobody on Spirit wearing a mask.
London Mayor Sadiq Khan revealed in his new book, Breathe, he suffered a heart attack during the 2021 COP26 climate conference in Glasgow, Scotland. Boy, that's way too much. He explained as he spoke into the crowd, out of nowhere, I felt a knot in my chest, a kind of tightening. Now, look, I seen something that you've probably seen this because you live in the underworld of the internet and the what do they call it, the black side of the internet or something. Not Black Lives Matter, but Black
the
Internet.
Web.
The dark web. That's it. So, have you seen the deal about people spinning and dying from the vaccine?
No,
there's videos of people everywhere that they're just like had taken the vaccine. They're like normal, and all of a sudden they start spinning around, kind of disoriented, and they die.
So if we put you on a merry-go-round, you just go down.
No, you're standing there and spin. See, with me, it'd be like the moon spinning around the earth. So like my size.
Don't parvo do you like that? Or do dogs like that?
Or that wasted deer disease.
That's what it is.
The wasted deer disease does that. Maybe it's the same damn
CWD.
Look, and now this will probably get us banned off TikTok or YouTube for sure. But with the stuff they say they're pulling out of people's arteries and stuff is insane.
Yeah, YouTube's gonna ban us for that shit. It's the fibers that they're claiming now. That's tough to prove or disprove. But yeah, there's like.
Well, it ain't tough to prove.
That's what they're
I'm
claiming.
showing videos of.
No one is. There aren't many people stepping forward and going, "Yes, we're finding."
You're right, but the people that are saying it is a huge problem that they're starting to see.
All right, so I got something. This is not getting a lot of traction, but it ought to concern us. At least 50 of the nation's 100 senators have accepted a secure communications device, which is a satellite phone provided by is it Director of Homeland Security? It's the Security for the Congress. They've offered all 100 senators
A satellite phone.
A satellite phone in the event we have a catastrophic something happen.
I think they need to hand them out to drug dealers.
I think they're going to give Biden little Sesame Street phones.
He wouldn't know the difference. He just spins it and it makes cow sounds.
He's like,
moo.
Well, this is Grover. And he's like, hey, Grover.
Yeah. You press the star and plays the song.
Yeah, he's like, let me smell you, Grover.
Chatter suggests the phone rollout could be connected to a cyber attack that may hit sometime prior to the 2024 elections. And then Jamie brought up something. Jamie, you're going to tell us about this because I haven't been able to look at it.
All right, so let me get my phone out right quick. So
it
could be related to the 60,000 tons of chemicals.
Here it is. I found
30,000.
it. 30-ton shipment of explosive chemicals missing from railroad car after trip across the West. A rail car, this is where you got that number from. A rail car loaded with more than 60,000 pounds of ammonium nitrate. Where'd it go?
That's hard to misplace.
Left Cheyenne, Wyoming on April 12th. A UP spokesperson told USA Today Tuesday, 2 weeks later, it was found empty at a rail stop in California, Mojave Desert. It was 60,000 pounds, so that's 30 tons of ammonium nitrate gone. Do you think it's all the Chinese nationals?
I don't think it
that have
evaporated.
crossed the border.
Maybe it's with all that money that came missing from the Pentagon.
Did you guys ever watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Ammonium nitrate is not something you want going missing.
No, I mean,
No,
unless you got a hell of a flower bed going.
Yeah, whoever
so
got the
check
greenest
this out.
flowers between Wyoming and California.
Oh, this gets even stranger. The rail car was sealed when it left the Cheyenne facility, and the seals were still intact when it arrived in Salt Lake. You want to bet they didn't load the damn thing?
That's actually what I bet happened. I bet somebody
No,
thought.
because they didn't get it when I was rolling down the track. For sure.
They should have waited. They should have waited. Now, I'm sure it stopped at a couple locations, but now what I'd be interested to find out is, do they have a weight ticket showing it's full somewhere along the way?
Do you weigh trains?
Yeah. So the way it works is those trains will roll across scales. It's rolling scales, and they do that because
Per
then they
car?
know. Yeah, they'll weigh the car.
So that train says they see me rolling.
Got me beaten.
Hey, Hayden.
They
All
weigh
right.
in.
Yeah, so we got that missing.
that light
Now,
go out?
look, Microsoft is claiming there was a major cyber attack by the Chinese.
I'm not surprised. I mean, we know they're testing our capabilities.
Chinese accused of cyber attack on Microsoft. Okay, I missed that part of it. So,
In their defense, they are building all our stuff. They might as
that
well
was
build it.
2021. I thought that was recently. But look, I'm sure they're trying to hack everything they can hack. I mean, it's just a matter of time before
I'm sure
they
they
get
are
through
now.
this. Now, I bet you I know somebody that wished they was hacked. I bet you Anheuser-Busch, AB Inbev wished they had been hacked. And they could claim it was a hacker attack that sent
Look,
that crazy
I know we
can.
get tired of talking about this, but this is just an ongoing story.
And it's a great story because now, we talked about this the other day, what happens to the expired beer. Marty and I were for sure talking about it.
Yeah.
They tell wholesalers they will buy back expired Bud Light as boycott shows no sign of letting up. I've seen pictures at a beach, and they have a Bud Light 30-pack or a 12-pack, and they put it up there and put a big red circle with an X through it, like no Bud Light on this beach, buddy. And the thing is,
you had people that had only drank.
I knew a lot of them,
dude.
And now they went out. Maybe they found something. They're like, oh crap!
Look,
there's better beer.
them Coors banquets are.
They are. But I tell you what, the day I saw Mike Code walk in with a Miller, I was like, holy hell.
Because now I think, here's what happened. I think a lot of people are just not drinking it because everybody's telling them not to drink it. There's people that don't have any idea who Dylan Mulvaney is or why they're not drinking it. But, the thing about a mob mentality is,
It's a mob mentality.
it's a mob mentality, and people will follow the cue. They're like, I ain't drinking that shit. They don't really know why. Somebody tells them, well, if you drink it, you're supporting that stuff.
Regardless what happens, the so few conservative boycotts work. I'm proud to see them have one that works.
Thing is, I'm not sure this is strictly conservative. This you could argue is a blue collar boycott.
You're right. You're right.
Boycott. This is blue collar America. They're the ones drinking the Bud Light, not the boycott. The boycott by the gay bars, that didn't do much. The boycott of just, the real extreme right wingers. But
Donnie,
once it trickled.
What's your dad drinking these days?
Oh, I have no idea. Probably whatever he wants.
Yeah, he don't care.
I tell you what, right now you get Bud Light cheap. I'd probably buy some if.
Not here now. Diane, I got that Bud Light cheap. Go give me some.
Look, if y'all see me out there like over the weekend spraying some cans with some black paint, pay no mind to it. I'm gonna put lights in the patio sticker.
Do divers for everybody. You can pour all the bit.
Good point.
Jamie, I'd be real tempted if they put Bush Light that cheap.
Look,
well, see,
I'm only flesh and blood.
I'd buy a lot of duct tape.
That's gonna be the next thing. Yeah,
Marty, I fought this fight long enough.
Well, Bush Light. Right. So Bush Light has they've dropped 11%. Mick Ultra's dropped 11%, and Natty's dropped 5%, I believe.
I seen a thing today. It said $15.7 billion in sales.
Wow, that's an insane.
That don't even sound right.
So we're getting to a quarter. We're to the quarter point, and the numbers are going to start showing for real.
That's what it said on. I think it was.
Yeah, you're right. At the end of June, we hit the end of a quarter, and their entire quarter has been like this. And look, if you don't think heads will roll.
And
they should have already.
And it's easy to overlook it, but when you look at not just the drop in their sales, but the increase in Miller and Coors.
Yeah,
that's really
it's almost one for one.
Yeah, so that's telling you what's happening.
Exactly so happening. There's a portion of people, and you can't check Yuengling because they're privately owned, so you don't know what they're doing.
Well, they support Trump.
Yeah, but I'm just saying we can't say their numbers. But we do know Coors and Miller have had a huge bump.
Budweiser gonna have to take the King of Beers off their name.
All right, I've got another story.
This is
really the Queen of Beers. I got
that's offensive, right?
All right, this story right here, I'm gonna probably have to read it twice to get some feedback because I want to get your opinion. I want to find out what you guys would think of this. Okay, Linda Fruits, 33. She left her husband Christopher after claiming they had a sexless marriage. Okay. After 8 years, she realized she was a lesbian and revealed she was welcome. She's now had a baby, and she used her ex-husband's sperm to have this baby with her lesbian wife.
Okay. They wasn't having sex. Where'd she get it from?
I guess he donated it to her.
Okay.
Hell no. My wife leaves me. I want my name back and everything. Sure as hell ain't giving her no sperm. Be selling that shit.
Yours is pretty potent too.
Man, mine's Jamie's Formula 401.
Oh, they had 2 other children already, so maybe it makes a little more sense. The fact they had 2 other children, then all of the they're really all brothers and sisters.
So they had sex twice at least.
No, because
they asked him to do it, and he agreed.
Oh, okay.
This say you next Thanksgiving is going to turn around and hit him for child support. I know what she got lined up.
He's probably already agreed to it anyway.
This dude's he's a cook anyway, isn't he?
Yeah, and if you saw a picture before next,
this dude sitting in the corner watching.
Yeah,
Pump.
he's
Pump. What's his name?
His name?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I bet it's like Franklin or something.
Franklin. Jamie thought he was shooting blanks for a little
Christopher Harting.
Yeah, Christopher, you're a punk. Yeah, that's from the patio. You a patio punk.
Dang, Jamie, that's harsh.
Dude,
harsh.
Look, I'm tired of these guys doing dumb shit, backing into dumb decisions. This dude's just like waving a flag saying, "Here, take my child support money." Men's rights, baby.
Men's rights.
Transgender disc golfer wins women's event in Virginia. Look,
I'd rather watch WNBA. You just stop. Stop.
Speaking of WNBA, so Brittany Griner had her first game the other night, and their coach was very upset that
she had to watch a WNBA game.
Well, no, that they didn't sell out the stadium.
She said, "How dare y'all make me watch this game?"
Yeah, that no one's cared regardless.
No one cares.
We didn't care 5 years ago. Why are we gonna care now? Look, I saw a video. There's a young lady in Canada who can flat out ball. She can dunk. She can shoot. She's a baller. You know what? You get a bunch of them on the court, it'll be entertaining.
Oh yeah, there's some girls right now on the AAU circuit that.
Yeah, but what's in there right now? Watching a bunch of girls that are 7 foot tall that can't dunk is not entertaining.
Now, you got some hoopers for sure, because that one girl that was in the tournament this year.
Well, that girl from
the girl from LSU and the girl from
both of them. Where's she?
Iowa State. Iowa State. She was from Iowa State.
Both of them are ballers, and they'll make basketball entertaining. But you have to get more girls that have grown up playing with boys, and that sounds terrible to say, but it's the facts.
I believe Brittany Griner could at least be a player on the NBA roster. I'd be surprised if she could.
No, there's zero chance, dude.
I'm gonna tell you what's amazing is that Nikolai Joseph. He does not look like your typical player, and that dude
is he the best player? Is he the best player in the league right now?
I think he is.
I
don't think you can compete. With him.
How many times was he? He was a back-to-back MVP at one point.
2 out of 3. He was MVP of the Western Conference.
And he didn't get it this year just because they started giving it to him.
Just because? Yeah.
He doesn't meet the mold. Dude is just a flat-out baller.
He's an animal, man.
So there's 2 students suing Michigan State because a professor made her students pay $99 to support progressive causes as a course requirement.
So,
and they have.
Good.
There needs to be more of that. Look, don't go to school and just eat drink the Kool-Aid. Okay, don't just do it.
Don't go eat the Kool-Aid either. But then you choke on that.
Yeah, you probably. But still, it's the same difference. It's so dumb. People want to go spend so much money to go eat that crap. It's absurd. It's absolutely absurd. We have really overvalued a college education.
Look, and
I'm college educated, so I can't.
I'm not. So
I'm not either.
I went to BYU, backyard university.
How much education I got?
Yeah, Donnie was educated by the military, the police force.
Tina Turner, legendary rock and roll soul singer. She ain't got to worry about Ike no more. At 83, she has passed on.
She rolling on in heaven.
I'm gonna tell you what, she kept her looks well into her 70s. I'd say that's a good looking woman.
I ain't seen her at 83, but yeah, at 73, she was a
damn good looking woman.
Yeah, she was.
She could sing, golly, but she's passed on now.
Hey,
so
my wife still says
Tina Turner.
My wife still says that's the best concert she's ever seen with Tina Turner.
Really?
Yep.
I thought she died several years ago.
Hey, we lost another legend in the last few days. The meme of the old guy that says,
you sent that earlier.
Yeah, it ain't much, but it
ain't much, but it's hard work.
That's a farmer looking dude.
Yeah, he passed away. Yeah. I actually posted on TikTok or Facebook. It ain't much, but it's an honest day's work. That's what it is. A meme legend. We've lost a meme legend.
Target, Donnie mentioned it earlier. Speaking of losing, so Target had emergency meetings. So they had this huge. We talked about it briefly about how they had the female swimsuits that would hide the boys' junk, the young man's junk. But they had emergency meetings and they told everybody move that shit to the back and make it about a half the size or a third the size that it is because they knew what was coming. Look, Bud Light's a training moment for everybody. Okay, I don't know if Bud Light survives this because their beer's not very good anyway.
No, they're notorious for having affordable beer. That's what they're known for.
Well, and they had a following.
You have this happen, and then you have all these other people months later follow with just ridiculous
the same stupid stuff.
Yeah, but you got to think they've already dedicated this, and this is already
the
works.
Pride Month. They were already in the works, and then they realized, holy crap, we've got to get out in front of this because we don't want
Target shit the bed.
Yeah, because Target is the upscale Walmart. Let's be honest, that's what it is.
Target, man.
It's the upscale version of Walmart, and Walmart's sitting over here going, "Y'all come on over."
Yeah,
we ain't really that much behind Target, and we ain't got no rainbow shit sitting out front.
And they have stuff, but it's real subtle or whatever. And nobody's anti-rainbow or anti-G.
No, that's exactly right.
It's
No, I don't. They had some stuff like I don't know if it's true. I saw like what the shirt thing. Y'all may have already talked about it, talking about like crap, like Satan likes all pronouns or something.
Oh, I ain't saying that.
Yeah,
I did see a shirt at Walmart said, "I ain't gay, but $20 is $20." I can't verify that. I can't verify
Check
that.
this out. So, look, I hope that Bud Light reads this article at their meeting.
I hope Bud Light watches our show and
check
says,
this
"Oh
out.
man."
Beer industry in shock that Bud Light backlash continues as expert warns of supply shortages of rival lagers. So not only is Bud Light got all this extra beer, but all the others
Don't have enough.
Hey, we pass
that's
it a little bit,
the
Penelope.
worst thing. Let's do a tasting of Penelope.
Okay.
Let's do it. So what do we got here, Marty? Somebody show it to the camera. Jamie, you can be Vanna White, and no, the other way.
Here we go.
Penelope Architect. Look, Marty and I did a review of this. We did a tasting here a month or so ago.
Camera's got me.
We haven't aired it yet. It ain't the camera, it's you. It's backwards.
Slow down, Flair.
Yeah, there you
we
go, right
go.
there.
Boom.
Penelope Architect. Look, Penelope just got bought by GMP. Who are they called, Marty?
Y'all
For like $100 million. They've never even made their first barrel. MGP, that's it. Jamie,
Midwest grain.
I thought this said French oak slaves.
It does.
No, it's a staves.
Staves, yeah.
I was like, that's terrible.
all right, so Jamie, get your pull. Get your pull on that.
God, this camera's got me jacked up. That was moving slow.
No, I think you're jacked up. All right.
Okay.
That is a Cheers barrel pick. Cheers is stored in Memphis, Tennessee. He's going to pop it.
Oh.
Now, be prepared to be underwhelmed. We actually considered putting some staves in that damn thing, didn't we, Marty?
Some more slaves in there.
Yeah, some more slaves in there. Are you going to like take a sip? Pull a pull. We're doing a tasting. Pull a pull.
Well, I had to get a little my cup for later. Okay, here we go.
I can't see Jamie. I thought he was dying.
He was.
That's hot.
It's only like 90 proof, isn't it?
110.
110 proof. Okay, now look.
That's
You like it?
No, I mean,
Well, all right. That's how you really
Okay,
feel.
so here we have
Did I give you
again.
the
Jamie's right. This damn camera gets you.
no,
back.
it's my fault.
Yep. So I'm gonna take some nose.
It's not a whole lot to it.
Now the nose isn't bad.
Oh, it smells good.
It smells really good.
Well, I ain't buying to smell it.
But you're the one that listens to it and sticks it up both nostrils.
Well, I have to know if it's screaming to me.
Okay, the nose is really, really good. I'm getting s'mores in the nose.
You know what? If you rub your nose on the end of it like that right there, it's perfect.
It is.
That way Mark sticks his
Snort
nose
it,
out on it. Look, it's hot, but there's not a whole lot of flavor to it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of. It reminded me of the Rocktown we had. That
No finish.
yeah, no finish.
This
soft.
is so much hotter than Stag at 130.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be the oak. You know what it is? It's oak.
Well, no, because
no.
Woodford's oak.
No, this is a strong. There's a French oak.
Well, Maker's 46 is too, and it's great.
Look, this is not a favorite of ours. We've been talking about it for a while. This is a month later. This is the month later. We'll probably add that to our original review and get it back to you guys. But anyway. All right.
Yes,
what else we got to talk about tonight, boys and
I got
girls?
mine right here.
D-Dub, you got anything you want to talk about before we play us
No, I
out?
ain't got nothing new, man. Just ready to get back to the house. Ready to get home.
All right, and we're going to try to bring D-Dub live to the studio, or at least live remotely. We'll figure all that out because, look, we're going to have to eventually anyway. But, look, 94th episode right here. That means 6 episodes away from our 100, and our 100 is going to be a big episode.
We're going to do Pappy?
If y'all do, yeah, we're going to
I'll do a 100 shirtless.
I won't.
Why? Oh. But look, we got that coming up. We're about to start interviews. Interviews will drop on Wednesday.
I'll do a show and put a black bar over my chest.
Look, we've come a long way, boys and girls, and it's all because of you. But we need you to like us. We need you to follow us. If you have friends, go follow us on TikTok. We want to do some TikTok lives. And on TikTok lives, I'm assure you that Jamie will probably drink too much and say stupid shit. So let's go do that. But
Sound like a good time.
DW, you got any parting words?
No, man. Ready to get back to you guys, man.
Come on back,
Get
Donnie.
back soon.
All right, Jamie, what's your parting word?
all right, so this released Thursday. So yesterday, Angel Baby graduated pre-K.
Oh, Angel Baby.
Salute to Angel Baby. Addie Bug, you graduated tonight, sweetheart. Good job. Yeah, she's at graduation night.
Marty Marr.
Graduation.
Everybody have a good, safe weekend, and we'll see y'all next week.
And give them hell.
Yeah, give him hell.
Party your
Everybody.
ass off.
Hey, go like us, love us, hate us. Tell us what you think of us. If you don't like us at all, that's fine too. Life from the patio. Out.
Out.
Somebody done save this
Outlaw.